Hello, welcome to my awesome health journey. I am Brett Dupree, and I have good news for me. I am celebrating the fact that I am less than 50% fat. Ever since I got my first SECA scan in March of May of January, February, March, April. Wow, May of last year, I was 54.9% fat, which was awful to see. Looking at that sheet and seeing that, oh man, I am above 50% fat. I was just like, oh, that's depressing. I want to be under 50. And finally, after 2 years and 4 months, or just under 2 years and 4 months, I am finally under 50% fat. And that feels so good. In fact, I was not expecting it. That was my goal 6 months ago, was the last SECA scan. And that was my main goal because I was 50.8. I was so close in my mind, but generally speaking, I've only go down like 0.8, 0.9. So I was expecting at best 49 point something, like 49.8 or 49.9. And when I weighed in on Friday at my yearly, I was kind of disappointed seeing 372.9 because I'm like, I really wanted 360 something. But, you know, it was less. And that's the main thing, especially about 20 pounds less. And 20 pounds off my body, even if that's 7 months, is still 20 pounds off my body. And so when I went to get my SECA scan on Monday, I saw it and it was like zero point zero 0.04 pounds more, 0.03 pounds more of like 373. And I was like, oh man, it sucks. Ate too many grapes. I ate like 3 pounds of grapes on Sunday because I was sad the Dolphins lost. Man, being a Dolphin fan sucks. And I was like, but it's fine. I'm doing okay. It's still less, and that's the goal, is to have it go down. And as long as it goes down every 6 months, even if it is only around 13 pounds, at least it's going down. You know, if I lose 13 pounds every 16 months, that's not bad. But then I saw it, and I was like, in almost disbelief, 47.7. I mean, 47.7% body fat. That that feels so good to see. I know it's still super high. I need to get that down to 20 something percent. But compared to seeing above 50, 54, and that's the thing. That's the thing that shocked me the most because I was slightly disappointed in my weight. I was hoping for better, and this is the second time this has happened to me, of looking at my weight, being disappointed, and seeing the SECA scan and showing my fat loss being higher than I thought. I lost 18 pounds of fat, y'all. 18 pounds of fat. So I've lost 13 pounds overall, but 18 of that was fat. That's more fat loss than weight because I put on a pound of muscle, which is so cool. Just looking at my SECA scan from March, the amount of muscle on my arms and my legs is relatively the same. Most muscle loss has been in my torso, whatever that means. And being able to maintain that and still be over 100 pounds of muscle and to lose weight on top of that, so there's fat on top of that, just feels so good. And I saw this TikTok, I replied to it, did a stitch about how when you have such a big weight, how that messes with your mind having to be consistent. Because, I started at 473 pounds. And when I did my first SECA scan, I was 455 pounds. And that sucked. That just sucked bigly. And being that weight, and especially since I do go to Reddit posts sometimes and see weight loss success stories to keep myself motivated. But some people get like a Manjaro and lose 100 pounds in 6 months. And here I am. I started my GLP-1 when I got diagnosed with diabetes in March of last year. And thanks to the GLP-1s, I've done a lot of work in helping my blood sugar, which I'm very grateful for. But one of the side effects is they help with weight loss. And they do, because the food noise on that is just, it's amazing how less I think about food ever since I have those. And I've actually forgotten to eat once or twice, which is something that never happened before. But yeah, so being someone who is I mean, one of my doctors said I was a super responder, but no, I've seen super responders. Those people lose like 100 pounds in 6 months. I'm down 100 pounds total, but that's since April of 2023. So I'm down 100 pounds in 2 years and 5 months. Almost 2.5. Yeah, almost 2.5 years. It's lost 100 pounds. And to be honest, that feels good. One thing I do that really helps is an Orange Theory. I would just grab a certain amount of weight and just hold it. I did that today. I was holding 26 pounds, and I was thinking to myself, there was a time of, like, let's say last year, where I weighed closely to this pound, and I did some lunges, and I put the weight down and did lunges again. It's like, this used to be on your body, and you losing this amount of weight a year does not feel significant when you have like 200 pounds to lose, going from like 200 pounds to lose to 100 or something. I'm not gonna say 200 pounds at 470. That's like 250 pounds to lose, and I'm not even down halfway of what I want. But that each 20 pounds is significant. Just putting that 20 pound down, even though the weight distribution would be different, still felt like holding that is like this. And I've held, because I lost 18 pounds of fat, I held 20 pounds and thinking like 2 pounds less. This was on my body as fat. And one of the things I did on Tuesday was I held 70 pounds, because since I started doing SECA scans, I've lost 71 pounds of fat. So I held 70 pounds of fat, not fat, I held 70 pounds of weight, 32, 35s, and did step ups on a little bench. And I was just thinking, as I was doing, this weight was on my body. It's just fat. This is how I used to walk. In fact, today I was doing shoulder presses, so I went to get the 35s, and I was walking back and holding those 35s and just walking. I'm like, this pressure was just there. It was just on my body all the time, and having that gone feels so good. And having a long-term goal, this feels sustainable. I feel like I can live this way all my life. I feel like I can continually to make changes and eat a little bit less as I, start weighing a little bit less. I'm not doing anything that I can't do. I eat what I want when I want. I just determine when I want and eat less, and eat more what I need, eat more veggies, eat more fiber, eat more things that fill me. And also, if I want to just eat 10 donuts, I eat 10 donuts, but I listen to my body, because I don't really want to eat 10 donuts. I was like, oh my God, I want donuts, and the most I can eat is like 2. And if I eat more than 2, that third donut is disgusting if I truly just listen to my body, which before I wasn't. Before I was just shoving down 4 donuts, just eating the 2 donuts and enjoying it, and then shutting down my sensory ability so I can stuff in those 2 other donuts that I wasn't enjoying. And what's the point of eating donuts if I don't enjoy them? This is just a way I can live. And I'm not saying like you should do this too, because this is one of the things I hate about weight loss talk, is how we try to like pigeonhole everybody into the same idea of how to lose weight, when we're all just different. Each one of us are different. Not everyone could be like me and get a therapist and a nutritionist and then start Orange Theory and then get diabetes so I can get a GLP-1 to help my diabetes, which also has a side effect of helping cut that food noise, so I don't have to fight myself so hard to make healthier decisions. And it does make it so much easier. And thankful for the GLP-1s to also really help with my blood sugar as well. My A1C was so good, and I'm so happy that it was so good and improved. And I'm blessed just having that. So yeah, I'm stoked with that. My goal now is I want to really weigh 350 pounds. I want to do that before my diabetes check in February. So that's my goal. I'm going to continue to push myself. So thank you everyone for your support. I do appreciate all the comments and all the people who watch my videos. I'm thankful for you, and I love you for who you are. And as always, you are worthy.